Today on the podcast, we are featuring the Ontario alternative rock group Circle the City. Learn more about them and listen to their track Next of Kin.
Welcome to the Eat, Sleep, Breathe Music podcast, where we talk all things music. I'm your host, Jeanette Kinzel, music blogger and enthusiast. Let's get started with today's episode.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Eat, Sleep, Breathe Music podcast. I'm your host, Jeanette Kinzel. For those of you just joining us, this is the podcast where I talk about different musicians, how their music affects me, and then I play a track for you to listen to so you can check it out and form your own opinion as well. And I'd love to know what you think about the track and the artist if you're so inclined to do so. But if you are interested in sharing your thoughts on this track and the artist, I will have details at the end of the show where you can leave your comments and messages. But today I am featuring the group Circle the City. The Ontario foursome is made up of vocalist Marisa Campbell, guitarist Harold Collins, bassist Nathan Yeadon, and drummer Jesse Moutre. And I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing those correctly, so I do apologize if I've butchered anyone's name. So from what I gathered, the band has been around for a couple years. It looks like they maybe came together around 2018 based on when their Twitter page was founded. And they've been releasing music since 2019, according to their Bandcamp page. They had a few singles and maybe a couple releases on there. And it looks like they also had a few lineup changes over the years with some new singers. Vocalist Marisa Campbell is the newest addition to the band, and she's a new singer. And when I was doing some research, I came across a SoundCloud page with some of the music from their old singer, Ksenia Parent, and forgive me if, again, I pronounced that incorrectly. And I did find her music interesting and would recommend checking her out as well. I can leave a link to her page in the show notes if you're interested in listening to that as well. So going back to Circle the City, it seems like since their inception, they've been kind of gaining notoriety in their hometown of Sarnia, Ontario. And overall, they would kind of label themselves as like an alternative band. But I would say, this song that I'm going to be playing later, Next of Kin, it really covers quite a few genres of music, and I kind of think that is what makes it so interesting. And I would say this song is kind of evident of the band's various musical influences as the melodies kind of flow through it. It starts to sound very different at the end from what it sounds in the beginning. It moves through like various different genres of music. I mean, even though the band seems to kind of deem themselves as alternative, I would almost say this track is a little bit more progressive rock. They have a lot of like different types of sounds in it. It's got a little bit like, it does have alternative, but it also has a little bit of like this psychedelica. And like at the end of the song has like this long guitar solo, and it's not like really long, but it's kind of reminiscent of like progressive rock, and kind of like this long guitar solo, which kind of melds really well into the rest of the song, and even just with the opening notes, it's like these. I can't really tell if it's like a piano key or if it's a guitar key, because it has like these like repetitive key like melodies, and it's kind of like back and forth, and it's very catchy, and it's very like just kind of like getting in your ear, and kind of like, oh, like you get excited about the song even from the first couple notes, and it starts with the guitar, and then there's like a little bit of like the drum, like that drum, and then the guitars come in with these like jazzy psychedelic guitars that are like fast riffs back and forth, adding to the momentum. And this just goes on for about like 10 seconds or so, and you're just kind of waiting to hear like what's going to come next, and then boom, you're hit with the vocals at like 30 seconds that just go so eloquently with, just so well with the music. And it's quite this enticing sound with so many things going on. It's very, very complex sound, and it definitely offers something for a lot of different audiences. It incorporates some darker, slower tempos on parts of the song, which I think have been referred to as like doom metal, but it's not really metal because it's not like super hard. But I guess if you do look at like the explanation of doom metal, it says that there's like low-tuned, slower tempo sounds, and I would say that you can hear that in this song. So it also has these thicker sounding guitars, which are another element of doom metal. So maybe it would just be like doom rock or something along those lines. And and then the vocals, they're not so like upbeat, but they're paired so well with the music. It kind of like, they're elevating when the music elevates and then kind of lowering when the tempo goes down. So it kind of just comes together so effortlessly. It sounds like it was just, everything just fits so well together, and it just seems like such a seamless song. You can really hear kind of the melding of, a variety of influences on this sound, and it came together really well. And the band actually said that they want their fans to kind of be unexpected and open-minded to like the different sounds they can create. They said that we are always trying to challenge one another when it comes to writing music. There is an expectation amongst us to never become complacent with our sound. I was really taken with this song, and I think the whole melding of genres is really cool. And the other thing is that there's actually a lot of, meaning behind the song, not only with the music, but like the lyrics as well. And the lyrics kind of talk about a reflection of society. It's kind of talking about the lack of respect when it comes to privacy in society, and then also just kind of being completely apathetic and completely trusting of like the news and information we receive on a daily basis. And people don't take the time to check sources. And the quote from the band said that we have unlimited resources to check facts, but we'd rather it be fed to us. So it's kind of like a darker topic, and it's something that can resonate with a lot of people, and I think the dark music kind of mixes very well with the lyrics and the kind of the seriousness of the topic. So it's got a good beat, and it's got like something important to say. So it's always nice when music has meaningful lyrics, so you can kind of get a duality out of it, where you're not only enjoying the music, but you're also enjoying the lyrics and kind of getting something from that as well. And just going back to the lyrics, I was looking them up, but I couldn't find the actual lyrics online anywhere. But there is a part in the song where I don't know if it's the chorus or the hook, but there's a part where like her vocals just kind of like go so well together with it's like, and then like the vocals kind of like match the music, and I really like that part, and that kind of stands out to me, just as something else that I wanted to touch upon. But yeah, I find this song, like, I like the complexity, and I like the lyrics, and I like the music to it, and the guitar solo, and just kind of the different elements that kind of like come together. It's a seriously intriguing sound, and if you're wondering what artist Circle the City can be compared to, they have been recommended for fans of the Mars Volta, I Mother Earth, Battles, and Blood Ceremony. And if you're in Ontario this summer, you can check out the band live at a few shows. Details can be found on their Facebook page, which I'll leave a link to in the show notes. But I feel like I've talked enough, and so without further ado, here is Next of Kin by Circle the City for your listening enjoyment. love to know what you think of Next of Kin and Circle the City. You can tell us in a comment on the podcast webpage. You can also leave an audio comment at the link in the episode summary. If you're looking for more information on Circle the City, you can like them on Facebook at the handle Circle the City Band Sarnia. That is CircleThecitybandSarnia. You can also follow them on Instagram and Twitter. Their handle on Instagram is Circle the City Band, that is CircleThecityband. On Twitter, you can find them at the handle Circle the City CA, that is CircleThecitybCA. If you're looking for more new music, be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you can get the latest updates on our artist features. You can also find more music features on our website at www.eatsleepbreathemusic.com. That is EATSLEEPBREATHEMUSIC.com. Thanks for listening and see you in the next episode.
Thanks so much for listening to the Eat, Sleep, Breathe Music podcast. To find new music and learn more about what we do, you can check out our website at www.eatsleepbreathemusic.com.